Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am back again to share part 2 of my declutter series with you guys today. We are going to be tackling the top 3 drawers in my main makeup compartment. If you saw part 1, I showed you guys the white drawers. And that would be my primers, my concealers, my brow products, my foundations are all in drawer 2. It is overflowing right now. And then drawer 3 has my lip products, my lipsticks, which are actually already quite picked over, so I'm kind of hoping that maybe I can combine my lipstick drawer and my lip gloss drawer. I have a lot more glosses than I do lipsticks. So that is what we are tackling today. I'm hoping to get rid of I don't really have a number in mind. I'm really just hoping to make a dent in my overflowing drawers, a good dent in my drawers. So we're gonna jump into it right now, but before we do, a special welcome to any of you that are new here. Please consider subscribing and make sure that your notifications are turned on. With that said, let's get to it. Okay, so here we have drawer number 1. Look at this disaster. I've got my primers here. My concealers are all here. We need to make a big dent in concealers. And then this is mostly brow products, a couple of kind of miscellaneous primers and stuff like that. But let's start over with my primers. So I'm gonna start, let's see. Hold on, I've got some like way in the back. Okay, I'm actually going to declutter my Tarte Glotion primer. I really like this primer. It's just a little on the old side, and I have others that I think I prefer more that are a little bit newer. So I'm going to go ahead and toss this. I also have a travel version of that primer right here. I'm also gonna toss that one. Even though I love the travel size of this, honestly, I don't travel that much, so I don't really need something like this. And I have this Glow Recipe travel size that I can take instead. I'm gonna declutter this Wet n Wild primer. I've used this a few more times. It's a more recent try for me, and it's not terrible. It's not as terrible as I thought it was the first time, but it's definitely not as good as some other primers that I have and that I love that are more hydrating, so I'm just gonna pass this along. I think I'm also going to declutter my Celestial Skin Elixir. I like the priming wet better than I like the oil. I don't mind this, but I actually use a face oil as part of my skincare routine after I've washed my face. So I don't really need this as a primer, and I like this one a lot better. So I'll definitely be keeping this one. I'm gonna be keeping my Hydro Grip primer. You guys know I love, if you watch a lot of my videos. I'm gonna keep both my Halo Glow and my Charlotte Tilbury. These are really good dupes for each other, or really close dupes for one another. I like them both, I use them both, I'm going to keep them both. Again, I actually have 2 travel versions of my Glow Recipe Dewdrops and the full size. I love this stuff. It's technically a serum, it's not technically a primer, but it is great if you have very dry skin, you want to soften up your skin. For foundation, this does a really good job. We're going to keep those. I'm just going to leave them up here for a minute while I move along. I'm keeping my Say Glowy Super Gel. I'm also going to keep my Butter Glow liquid highlighter from Physicians Formula. These are actually very similar to each other. I think I did a dupes video where I mentioned this is a dupe for the Say. For now, I'm gonna keep my Cloud Foam, what is this called? The Cloud Glow from Milk. I've been using this more and more. It's very minimal. If you don't like primers that add too much hydration, or maybe you have oily skin, things tend to make you kind of greasy, or you're sensitive to things that are overly sticky. This really does feel like water on your skin. It just gives you a touch of hydration, but it's very, very watery and lightweight. I'm gonna keep it for now. They did send that to me. I don't dislike it, I just don't love it. And then this is the Live Tinted Hue Glow. I would probably declutter this, but I am gonna try and use it a little more on like the high points of my face or my shoulders for the summertime, maybe even like mixed into a lotion for my legs. I'm trying to find ways to use this. It's very, very glowy, very shimmery. It's very oily feeling. So I don't love it for my face, but I imagine as like a mix in with a lotion or something. I don't know if you guys can just see how intensely glow that is. I don't know where my focus is. There we go. Look at that. I mean, it is like ultra pearly. Very, very greasy feeling, but it might be nice mixed into a lotion. So I'm gonna try doing that for now. Way at the back, this is the problem when things get overfilled. This is the Pacifica Vegan Collagen Primer. I love this primer, it is so good. It actually reminds me a lot of my Tarte Glotion. It's very, very hydrating. I like this one as well. So hopefully I can fit all of these back in here, close to fit all of these back in here. I might need to get rid of a couple more here soon, but primers aren't something I try super often. Once I have a few that I like, I really don't feel the need to try a lot of them. So I will try and work on using these before I buy any more. It's just some Lumify eye drops. I'm gonna leave those up here. Those things are amazing, by the way. I'm just gonna real quickly get my sponges. These are just some newer, cleaner sponges, get those out of the way. There's one more. I also have a couple powders that really don't belong up here. I don't know why they're up here, to get those out of the way as well. And then we will tackle my concealers. There are so many. There are even some in the back. Oh, by the way, here is a, what do you know, found something else. This is the Tatcha Dew Skin Cream. I like this stuff. It's a really nice moisturizer. So I'll probably just keep that here with my primers. Oh dear, we already have a problem with this shutting. I might have to go back to doing the, hang on, actually I'm gonna put the Tatcha right there, and I'm also gonna put the Glow recipe right here, in effort to try and get this to close a little better. Probably not the best sign when I'm decluttering that it's already having trouble closing, but this is what I'm more concerned about. Let's get into these concealers. I'm gonna kind of go through and pick the ones I know I don't need to keep. First off, a couple of these Physicians Formula correctors. I don't think I'll use the purple or the green. I'm gonna hang on to the yellow. Well, actually, you know what? I'm tempted to get rid of that one as well, just because I now have my, where is it? I just barely used it literally today. There it is, my Cali Ray. I like this better than I like the Physicians Formula, so I'm definitely keeping the Cali Ray. Let's hold off on the Physicians Formula. Also the peach one. I may end up decluttering these ones. I just haven't used them a whole lot, so I feel like I might need a little more time with those. I'm gonna declutter my Ultra Creamy Tarte Shape Tape. I like this concealer, I just don't use it very much anymore. And the same goes with my Benefit Buoyant Concealer, the Cakeless Concealer. This one actually does crease quite a bit under my eyes, so I just don't feel like it's my best concealer. There's others that I like better. I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of this Forever Skin. I have a backup of this right here. This is one of my favorites, and this is just about gone, so I think I can go ahead and toss this. So I'll keep these, and then I'm also going to declutter my beloved Candid Concealer. This was for a very long time my very favorite concealer. It is still a good one. It's just very old. I think these 3 tubes alone are probably 3 years old, maybe 4, and they've discontinued it. And I have others that I love from the drugstore now, so I feel okay getting rid of these now. So thank you, we had a good run. Loved it while it lasted. I'm definitely keeping my Flower Beauty concealers. I love the Flower Beauty Serum Concealer. It's one of my drugstore favorites. I'm gonna get rid of this one. This is from Peri Para. I actually like this concealer a lot, but there are a couple other K-Beauty concealers that I like a little bit better, and I need the space, so we're gonna say goodbye to this one. Definitely keeping both my Revlon Flex concealers. I love those. You know what, I'm gonna go ahead and pass these along. I'm just so happy with the Cali Ray that I don't feel like I need to play with these very much more, so we're gonna say goodbye to the Physicians Formula correctors. These ones I think I will keep. I'm also gonna keep the House Labs. This one, I don't love it as much as so many people seem. A lot of people seem to really love this. It has fantastic reviews. I don't think it's bad. It's a little more drying than what I typically like my concealers to be, but it has great coverage, and I haven't given it enough trial to get rid of it yet, so I'm gonna hold on to that one for now. I'm gonna keep this I'm Money. I'm gonna keep my She Glam, even though I know some of you have major issues with this brand. I think I'll also keep my Incognito. Let's see. I'm gonna keep my All Hours and my Tanti Doll. I think I'm gonna say goodbye to the NYX Bear With Me concealer, the serum concealer. This is a pretty good concealer. I love the packaging of this. I didn't like how it looked under my eyes. I don't know why I had issues with this creasing under my eyes, but again, I need to make room, and there's some that I like a little bit better. So we're gonna say goodbye to that one. Let somebody else use that. I'm keeping my e.l.f. Hydrating Camo. You know what? I am going to pass along my Milani Conceal and Perfect, even though I think this is a great drugstore concealer. It's one of my, I don't know if I'd say it's one of my very favorites, but I really like it, and I may repurchase this one at some point, but these ones are very old. I think both of these tubes are about 2 or 3 years old, and they're just about gone, so I'm gonna say goodbye to those and clear some space. I am going to keep my Butter concealers. I think this one, this is the medium to tan, or tan to deep. I think this is one of the deeper shades they offer. I think I'll get rid of this one. It's much too dark for me. The rest in here I think I'll keep. I'm gonna keep my Natasha Denona. I'm gonna keep both my Kosas. These are just about gone. I should try to actually finish these and then toss them. So I feel like as soon as I finish my Kosas, I'll make a little bit more space for some new ones. And then I'm gonna keep my Essence. I love my It Cosmetics. I love both of those. So everything else we're gonna hang on to, but I think that is much much better. Yeah, there we go. That's actually much, much better. So very happy with that. Let's move on to my brow drawer. I'm definitely keeping this. This is my Sydney Grace brow palette. I'm kind of back on the powder train for the brows lately. I don't know, I just get really good definition in my brows when I use a powder and a wax. Speaking of wax, I'm keeping my Anastasia brow wax. I am going to declutter this. I used this in a recent drugstore video. This is the Lock-On Liner and Brow Cream in light brown. I actually got this in hopes that I could use it to kind of touch up my hair roots. I didn't really love it in my brows. Thought I could use in my hair. It kind of turns purpley in my hair, so it's not the right shade for that. So I'm probably gonna just throw that away. I don't know, maybe someone else will use it. I only used it in my hair once. I don't think I ever double dipped. I don't know why, I feel like people might think that's gross. So I actually have 2 of these and it's now been discontinued. This is one of my favorite brow soaps. It's from Essence. This one is pretty much gone and very disgusting. So I'm just gonna throw this one away and then hang on to this one. What do you know? We have an Overflow concealer here. This is the Transfix Matte Concealer from Natasha Denona. This one's very old and I'm very happy with the space that I conserved here, so I'm gonna say goodbye to this. I've got this Florence by Mills. I think I had a shade of this I decluttered before. This one is also a little dark on me, so I'm gonna declutter that. I have all of these Alter Ego primers. I don't use eyeshadow primers very much anymore. As I've gotten older, my eyelids have gotten drier and I don't really have issues with my eyeshadow creasing on me in the way that I used to. So I am going to put all of these in my declutter pile and let someone else enjoy them. It is a really good eyeshadow primer. If you need an eyeshadow primer, I do recommend this one. They send these to me when they send me their eyeshadow palettes, which I'm very grateful for, but someone else will be able to enjoy those. Let's see, I want to keep my Refi Brow Gel. I really like this Laka Brow Gel, which I don't know that you can find this anymore. I love both of my NYX brow gels. I have the medium brown and taupe. I like them both. I'm gonna get rid of this. This is from Yoma Beauty. I don't know that they even sell this anymore. I got this at Walmart a while ago, like a couple of years ago. I actually like the brow gel and the pencil in this, but I just don't use it very much anymore. So I'm gonna pass that along. I'm gonna get rid of the She Glam Brow Pencil. I liked the pencil in here, but I found after using the pen, so it's a slim pencil on one side and then a pen on the other side. This brow pen is too yellow, and then I thought the brow pencil was almost too purple. So it was kind of an odd color combo. So we'll pass that along. I'm gonna go ahead and pass along this. This is the LA Girl Hyper Cake Liner. It's basically just a black eyeshadow. It's like a powder that you can wet, but I just like a gel liner better. Didn't love that. I'm gonna just move these out of the way. These are just my replacement eyelash curler pads. I just got these on Amazon. I have to say, you guys, these are so impressive. I've had one. I use a eyelash curler every single day, and I have had one of these, the same one, in my eyelash curler for about 3 months now, and it hasn't creased or cracked at all yet. So pretty impressive. I don't know if I'll be able to find that exact link, but if I can, I'll link it down below. But you know, there's another Alter Ego primer. We'll pass that one along. I am going to keep one. I have one open right here. Even though I don't use it very much, I don't know. I feel like in case something changes and I need one. These two, this one I can probably get rid of. This is the Barrage Brow Fixer. It's actually very similar to the gel-like consistency of the NYX The Glue, but it's very old, so I'm gonna pass that along. I think I'm gonna keep this. This is the Etude House Clear Brow Gel. I really like this stuff. I know it looks nasty, but I do like it. I think I'm gonna pass along my ABH Clear Brow Gel. I don't know about discontinued, but they've reformulated this or put it in new packaging. I may at some point pick that up, but honestly, I don't use clear brow gels super often. And when I do, this is the one I like probably the most. This is from Physicians Formula. Very, very stiff. If you need something to really lock your brows in place, like a hairspray, this stuff will do that. I think I'm gonna pass along my ColourPop Feather Effect Styling Wax. I like this stuff. I like the essence a little bit better. And also, ooh, that reminds me, I have one more over here. This was actually on my desk. I use this one a lot. It's from Amazon. It's like $3 or $4 on Amazon. It's the Socko Brow Styling Soap. It's basically a very similar formula to the ColourPop Feather Effect or the Essence Brow Soap styling set. So I'm gonna keep this one, pass along the ColourPop. I'm also going to pass along the Brow Lift from e.l.f. I like this. I think it's a great, I would say it's a dupe for the ABH Brow Freeze, but it's a good alternative for that one. It's a similar product. It's not quite as sticky. Mine has just gotten kind of old and very kind of dry and milky. So at some point I may replace this, but for now I'm happy with what I have. So we'll just pass that along. Oh, this is the laminate brow gel. This actually feels exactly like Elmer's glue on my brows. I like it. I actually kind of like it. I don't use it very much anymore. The Milk Clear Brow Gel. I think I will keep this for now. It's not my favorite clear brow gel, but it's okay. The Wow Brow, and also this one right here. This is the Benefit. I don't even have the numbers on it anymore. I'll keep them both for now. I actually do like them. I am gonna get rid of my Revlon permanent, semi-permanent brow ink. I really like this stuff, but I think mine is dried out. So pass that along. I'm gonna keep my Shape and Stay brow pencil waxes. I love these. I go back and forth between using something really easy and quick like this and something more like this or the brow soap, but I will keep both of those. A flosser. I'll keep this. You just never know when you need a flosser while you're doing your brows. These things end up everywhere, like bobby pins. They just end up all over the place. I know that's kind of gross. I don't use them after I find them on the floor or in a drawer, but you know. Oh, there's another one. Okay, I'm actually going to get rid of all of my e.l.f. white brow pencils. These are a staple. They were like an original channel favorite of mine. I have moved on though. I like the skinny brow pencils or powder or waxes or pens more than I like these. They just don't give me enough definition. So I'm going to get rid of all of those. Oh, I also have, oh, what do you know? A Wet n Wild Cinnamon Brown now. Nice and sharpened. These things are everywhere. So obviously gonna keep this. It doesn't really belong in here. I've got a couple of brow pens. I have the Milani Weekend Brow and the Ardell Stroke a Brow. I like both of these a lot, so I'm gonna keep them both. I love my Precisely My Brow, and I have a Travel Precisely My Brow. Probably my favorite brow pen, slim brow pencil. It's pricey, but it is very long wearing and very perfect. It's like the perfect consistency. I think I'm gonna pass along the Dip Shape Go from NYX. I like this. It's just kind of a, you've got your spoolie here, your brush here, and then your dip product on the other end. Honestly, it's just kind of a complicated product to use. It's too I mean, I know that doesn't seem that complicated. It just is more complicated than you would think you would need to be. When you're doing your brows, you want something just quick, one and done, and three different things in one is just a little bit too much. I'm gonna also pass along this $1 Billion Brow Pencil. I think I got this at a Marshall's. It's kind of broken. All right, and here are all of my skinny brow pens, my other skinny brow pencils. Let's see. This Marc Jacobs one is great. I think it's been long discontinued, but I still have some left in there, so I'm gonna keep it. This Unleasha one, this is an ultra skinny brow pencil. I mean, these are all slim brow pencils. This is ultra slim. It is teeny, teeny, tiny. I mean, like needle tiny, the tip of it. I got this in a K-Beauty order from Yes Style. I like it, but it's very fragile. Like this tip will break if you twist it up too much, but it is really good if you want precision. So I'm gonna keep it for now. I love the packaging also. It's very cute. A lot of my brow pencils are from K-Beauty brands. Have two of the Ulta Beauties Ash Taupes. I'm keeping those. This one's a little bit broken. The spoolie's a little bit loose. So I'm gonna pass this one along. This is from Etude House, but again, K-Beauty brands make some really affordable, very good slim brow pencils. So if you haven't ventured into the world of Korean beauty, I do most love them for their like foundations, concealers, and blushes and brow pencils. This one I'm gonna get rid of. I don't even remember the brand of this. I think this is another Marshall's pickup. This is the Holika Holika. I really like this one. Have my Speedy Skinny Brow from Peri Para. Both of these are K-Beauty. The Bare Edge Slim Brow, also from Etude House. These are all K-Beauty brands, as is this Pony Effects one. Also very good. Honestly, I don't think I've had a K-Beauty brow pencil that didn't work amazingly well for me. They always end up working for me. It's the Blade Brow, one of my favorites from the drugstore. It's from Revolution Beauty. And then I have a BH Cosmetics Fine Brow Pencil. It was a little bit yellowy and warm for me. I'm gonna pass this one along. The shade was just a little bit off. So, why do I wait so long to do this? Look how much better that is. Wow. Very satisfying. Let's move down to my foundations. Oh boy. This, I think I decluttered before and somehow it made it back in here. Probably Charlie playing. The cuter the packaging, the more likely she is to pull it out of a declutter pile and play with it. That's an old cushion foundation. These two were from Amazon. This is the Foira Skin Serum. This was okay, but it wasn't great. The shades were a little bit off too, so I'm gonna pass that along. They're like a BB cream. I think I'm gonna pass along my number 23 of the Misha BB cream. I need to repurchase another number 27. This is the best shade for me. This one's just a little bit kind of grayish toned. It's just not the right undertone for me. But I will keep the 27 for now and I will repurchase this at some point. I'm going to keep both of my Purito BB creams. I do like both of these. I am going to pass along my Essence Keep Me Covered. This is way too yellow of a foundation for me. It was ridiculously yellow and very a very odd shade. I'm also gonna pass along the Beauty Blender foundation. This is just getting old and plugged up. I really like this foundation, but I don't think they make it anymore. I'm gonna get rid of this Flower Beauty Get Real Serum Foundation. I kept this through my last declutter as a mix and I don't like it on its own. It's a little bit too kind of oily for me. And I just haven't used it very much, so I'm gonna pass this along. Okay, I'm gonna pass this along. This is the Camo CC Cream. This is pretty much gone. I might have 1 or 2 pumps left. I have it in 240W. I have a backup of it already right here. I like this stuff. It's probably not my favorite BB cream. I probably like the Purito and the Misha and the Mise en Snail Repair a lot more than I like this one, the Cosmetics, but I do like it. I think it's pretty good if you're looking for a drugstore BB cream. I'm going to keep my Mise en Snail Repair. I'm gonna toss my Pretty Natural. They don't make this anymore. I loved this foundation. I wish Essence still made this. I'm gonna pass along the Neutrogena Sheer Tint Radiant Tinted Moisturizer. This stuff had no coverage at all for me, which the name probably should have told me that, but for some reason I was a little more hopeful with this one, but yeah, it just was not enough coverage for me. I think I can probably also pass along my Pretty Fresh foundation. This is one I might repurchase. I really like the Pretty Fresh foundation. I have the shade Light 50W, but mine's about gone and I just have others that I like a little better. So I was thinking about decluttering the CC Nude Glow, and then I saw Nikki LaRose talk about this in a video, and it made me think I should try it again, because if she likes it, I should probably like it. So I'm gonna try it again. This might make it into a declutter in the future. I just felt like it didn't have as much coverage as the CC Illumination. I'm gonna get rid of my Face Glow foundation from Natasha Denona. I really like this foundation, but I think it's been discontinued. Mine is pretty old, so pass that along. I'm going to keep all 3 of my Light Illusion foundations. I'm going to keep both of my Wet n Wild foundations. I have Soft Beige, and I think this one's Caramel. This is way too dark for me, but I use this a ton to mix into foundations that are just a little too light for me, especially in the summertime. Also keeping all 3 of my Anastasia Luminous foundations. I have 160C, 250C, and 270C. I actually like all of these shades. I like to mix the lighter one in when I'm not at my tannest, but both of these work for me. This one's just a little bit more kind of olivey, and this one's more like a neutral undertone. I'm gonna keep both my Diamond Perfector. I really like this as a mix-in for foundations that are a little bit on the dark side, especially in the wintertime. I still wanna pick up the next shade down. I don't know that I would like this on its own because the coverage is pretty light, but I like to mix it with more like long-wearing heavy coverage foundations to lighten them up a bit. Also gonna keep my About Face Perfector, is that what this is called? The Perfector? The Performer foundation. This is pretty good. I don't know that I like it. Like, I think if I had to pick between the About Face and the LYS, I probably would pick the LYS. But I like them both, so I'm gonna keep them both for now. I'm gonna keep my Conceal and Perfect. It looks really nasty. The bad thing about leaving them in a drawer, it looks really gross, but mine is more than halfway gone, and it is one of my favorite drugstore foundations. I'm also going to keep this Hardcover Glow foundation from Holika Holika. I got this in a K-Beauty order. It's much too light for me, but I feel the same way about this foundation as I do about the Wet n Wild. When I'm trying a foundation that's too light for me, I will mix in my Wet n Wild. When a foundation that I've maybe picked up, I picked a shade that's a little bit too dark, this is the one I'll mix in because it's much too light for me. And I always love having a foundation that's kind of on the far end of either of those scales. Much too light, a couple shades too light, and a couple shades too dark to kind of mix into other things. Let's move that over there. I have these 3 e.l.f. foundations. So I have light ivory, vanilla, and cashew. This one's much too dark. This one's much too light. This one, vanilla, is probably a pretty good match for me. I like this foundation a lot. I know they have a new foundation out that I've heard a lot of people talking about. I would like to try, but I'm gonna keep this one for now. Again, I like to use this foundation as a mix-in a lot. I also have my, this foundation I should probably try and finish up, the Estee Lauder Futurist. Mine's getting a little bit old. I love this foundation. These two are very, very similar to each other. They're both serum-y, very moisturizing, liquidy foundations. I love them both, and this one I need to try and finish up. It's just about gone. Got my Infallible foundation I will definitely be keeping. And this one, this is the Ink Lasting Cover Foundation. This is a K-Beauty brand, Peri Para. I really liked this. Mine's getting very close to being gone. This is another one I like to mix in a lot. I think I'm gonna pass that one along. I'm gonna keep my Superstay. I love this. I'm actually wearing this on my skin today in the intro of this video, and my skin looks so good today. Very good stuff. I still need to pick up a lighter shade. I'm getting rid of the MAC Studio Radiance Face and Body. This is not the original Face and Body. This does not have the coverage that the original Face and Body has. I'm keeping my Charlotte Tilbury. It's a very heavy foundation. I know a lot of people don't like it for that reason. I like it for times when I really want fantastic coverage and I don't mind my foundation looking a little bit cakey. So maybe if I'm doing pictures or I have like an event, just using this on areas that I need it and avoiding areas that tend to look cakey, like around my nose, around my mouth, maybe in between my brows or around my eyes. I try to just steer this clear of those very troublesome areas and just keep it in areas that I need more coverage, and it makes your skin look absolutely flawless. That's kind of the same with this. This is the Bare Pro foundation. Very heavy foundation, very high coverage, but I'm gonna keep that one too, even though it's pretty old. I don't wanna admit how old that one is. It's probably the oldest foundation in this drawer. This is the Dior Backstage. I'm gonna keep this one as well. And then both my Kosas concealer, or my Kosas foundations. I love both of these. And then I have this serum foundation from Revolution, which is pretty good, pretty high coverage, very, very affordable. I think I have the shade F6. So I'll put those back in, and that is my updated foundation drawer, which looks much, much better. So this is my lipsticks and my lip liners. We're gonna go through this, and then we're also gonna go through this drawer, which is setting sprays and lip glosses, but let's start up here. If you've been watching me for the last couple of years, you will know that I have not been using traditional lipsticks as much as I used to, or liquid lipsticks as much as I used to. It's possible that could change in the future. So I do want to keep some of these around, but I think I can probably pass a few along. I'm already looking at like something like this. It's pretty old. Burt's Bees. I mean, I just don't use that, so we're gonna pass that along. I think I'm gonna get rid of all of my Almay lipsticks. I used to really like these when I was really into lipsticks, but I don't know. I have others that I would probably keep over these, like my Maybellines, my Flower Beauty, my MACs. I'm gonna pass these ones along. So I will be keeping my Flower Beauty lipsticks. I actually have one of these up in my purse. I've started using a lipstick, one of these more, I think the peach, I forget what it's called, like peach blush or nude peach or something peach. But anyways, I love this formula, one of my favorites. Definitely going to keep that. I am also keeping my JK Magic, which I love. I'm gonna keep my Sephora Lip Stories in Tan Lines. This is a really good, cheap lipstick from Sephora. I'm gonna keep all my Bite Beauties. I know these are a little bit, some of these are getting older, but I do love the Bite Beauty formula. I just feel like they discontinue their lip products so fast. I'm also going to keep Chic and hashtag 2020 and Libra. I forgot I had this lipstick actually. I love the Juvia's Place lipstick packaging and formula, so I'm gonna keep those. I have one from Pat McGrath. I actually haven't used this one a lot, but the packaging is too pretty to get rid of, so we're gonna give this, or see if I can get myself to use this a little bit more. I feel like that's one that deserves to be pulled out of a purse and shown off. I have one here from NARS. This is actually a really pretty color. I need to use that more often. That's a really nice lipstick. I have my MAC ones. I'm actually missing, I think I'm missing a couple of my MAC lipsticks. Blankety, Jubilee, Cream Cup, and Yosh. I love all of these, so we're gonna keep all of these. I think I can probably get rid of all of these NARS. These have been discontinued. I will also pass along my Superstay Matte Ink in Loyalist. This is actually a really pretty color. I just don't use it anymore. I'm gonna pass along this one. This shade just looks terrible on me. This is Dark and Stormy. It's kind of like one of those plummy gray tones. These shades do not look good on me at all. I feel like that was kind of a trend that maybe is not even a trend anymore. I got my dose of colors here. These are so old. I think I'm gonna get rid of the two nude shades from Dose of Colors. I have Truffle and Lazy Daisy. I just never use them. And then I have Kiss of Fire and Bittersweet, both of which are pretty. But if I had to pick, I would go with my Persona liquid lipsticks, which I think are also, I think Holy Grail has been discontinued. I'm gonna keep all my Persona ones. I'm also gonna get rid of my Hank and Henry. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna keep this one because I still want to find a dupe for this. I actually took it into a Sephora one time and swatched probably every liquid lipstick in the entire store and could not find a perfect dupe. But this is the prettiest. I don't know that I'd call it a red. It's kind of like a, let me swatch it for you guys instead of just talking about it. I know the swatch probably won't do it justice, but it's like this beautiful, I don't even know how to explain that color. It's so, so pretty on the lips. I absolutely love it. So I'm still hoping to find a dupe for that. Also gonna get rid of this Milani, like bright purpley color. I just don't wear something like that anymore. And this is Story from Ofra. This is actually really pretty as well, but it's a little dark on me. I'm gonna get rid of that one too. Oh my goodness, you guys, I'm not gonna have any lipsticks left. I love this Melon Pop from Flower Beauty. This is so pretty. It's kind of like a pinky orange. I don't know, like a fiery coral is kind of what I would call it. It's actually the color of the shirt that I'm wearing today. Very pretty, very fun. I don't use it very often, but if I'm in a bold mood, that is a really fun one. I'm also gonna get rid of this Wet n Wild. I love these, but their packaging falls apart, so I can't take these with me in my purse. I just can't trust them to hold up in my bag, so I don't know, I'm gonna pass that along as well. I am going to keep all of my Maybellines. My favorite is this one right here. I'm actually wearing this today, Baddest Beige. This one has been discontinued. I need to find some lip products that are kind of like this sort of like lip stick slash gloss. I know there's a lot of products like this out there that I have not tried yet. So I'm gonna keep this in efforts to find something similar to this. Over here I've just got Nearly There. I have Truffle Tease I can get rid of. That one's a little too brown for me. Daringly Nude, Romantic Rose, which I love. Nude Lust, which is a really pretty light nude. And I've got CoverGirl, Caramel Kiss. This is a really pretty shade. I have this Milani Lip Fetish in Pleasure. I used that one more recently. And then this one I think has also been discontinued. I'm making a mess here. This is the Colory Shine in Shining Peach. I love this lipstick. It has been discontinued, but I'm gonna keep it for now. I'm gonna kind of go this direction with these. Maybe I will move my glosses up here once I tackle those. Let's go ahead and get rid of these from Bite Beauty. I'll keep my regular Bite Beauty lipsticks. I just don't use these kind of lip crayons very often. I'm gonna keep this one from Maybelline because it is long wearing. And I am going to keep this thing, which I never use, but I mean, look at that. If that does not just take you back to Santa's Secret Shop or like the book fair when you were a kid and you got those pencils that had the little like, take one off the top and shove it in the bottom. That's what this reminds me of. They just have these little like twisty 4-in-1s. This is, I got this on YesStyle and it's the cutest thing ever. So I'm just gonna keep it because it's cute. Okay, over here I've got a bunch of lip liners. This is a backup of my Natasha Denona Calla, one of my all-time favorites. And here we have some that I really should probably get rid of all of these because I never, on my desk, I have this lip liner container which has my everyday lip liners in it, like my Essence, my Juvia's Place Buxom, Natasha, Charlotte Tilbury, my MACs are in here, my LA Girl or LA Girl ones. All of my basics are here. I could probably get rid of all of these, but let's just go through them just in case. I do want to keep my Milani's. I still think if you don't mind a lip liner that's not long wearing, this is probably one of the best nude lip liner colors and formulas at the drugstore. These ones, this is the 03 Nude and then 04 Au Natural, which are amazing. So I've got a couple of these actually. We'll keep these. Why don't we just kind of move these over? I think I also have Spice right here. And I've got like an Essence one that's too dark. I love the ColourPop liners, but I think they've been reformulated or discontinued. And these are very old, so I can probably get rid of all of these. This is the About Face lip liner in False Alarm. I have so many of these. I end up getting like 4 of the same color. I do like the NYX beige lip liner. We'll keep that. I did not like this Milani one. It wasn't very long wearing. I didn't like the Essence one that much. Another ColourPop. I do also like the Revlon lip liner. I'm gonna keep that one. I do like the Wet n Wild ones. I also like this Sonia Kashuk one, but it's been discontinued. And then let's keep these NYX ones. So I have nude beige here. This one is another beige, and then this one is nude pink. So we're gonna keep those NYX ones and get rid of all of these. All right, would you look at that? Okay, what in the world? Can you ever imagine me wearing lashes like this? Why are you holding on to these, Mandy? Never gonna happen. Last drawer is my glosses and setting sprays. So my setting sprays, I don't need to declutter any of these. I actually still use all of these when I do use setting sprays. I've got my L'Oreal, my Pretty Fresh. Actually, let's go ahead and declutter this e.l.f. one. I'm gonna keep my Urban Decays, a mini right here, and then this one is from Revolution. I actually really like this setting spray. I think I got it, I picked it up into Marshall's while I was traveling, and it's pretty good. Let's move into glosses. I know I have a lot in here that I can get rid of. Okay, let's just start, let me just start over on this side. This is a Bite Beauty. Actually, I've got a couple Bite Beauties that I think are old and expired and need to be tossed. Get rid of those. This one's also pretty old. This is the e.l.f. Champagne Glam. I love this gloss. This is so one you can get at the drugstore. I really like the lip plumping glosses from e.l.f. Their packaging, this always happens where they kind of leak and then the top kind of separates, but it is a really good affordable lip gloss from the drugstore. Very pretty color. Also, I'm gonna get rid of this Uoma Beauty lip gloss in Peachy. This is actually a dupe for Oat by Tower 28, but I don't need them both. I'm gonna keep Oat because it's newer and toss that one. Also going to get rid of this. This is from Pacifica. This is just a lip balm. I don't know if you guys can see this. Does that not look like, let's see if you can see, it's kind of like clear. You guys see that? It looks like a Jolly Rancher to me, like a cherry Jolly Rancher, but it doesn't taste like a cherry Jolly Rancher, and I don't ever use it, so let's pass that along. I have a Sen Nudes here. This is getting pretty old. I love this stuff while it lasted, but it's starting to, it's old and it's kind of starting to smell odd, so I should toss that as well. I think I can keep all of these. I've got, this is from Westman Atelier, really pretty lip gloss, really great packaging. This is in the shade Squeaky Clean, very pretty packaging. I've got my Kapari lip balm here, which is great. My Romand, this is a K-Beauty brand, Glasting Water Gloss, which is a very, very interesting formula. Very different than anything else that I have in here, but very pretty. Got my Pacifica Glow Baby Gloss. I've got my Hard Candies. Let's put both of those in here. I have others of these throughout my house. I still wish they still made this stuff. I still absolutely love it. I also have this one. This is the Vial by Perfectly Posh Let's Lock Lips Clear Gloss. This actually was a gift from my son when he was in 2nd grade. He's actually going to be a freshman this next year, so clearly it's very old, but I keep it because it just reminds me of what sweet kids I have. So keeping that one, keeping my Persona E-Balm, and then this little sample of the Grande Lips. This is a lip plumper. Over here we've got all my NYX. So we're gonna keep all of my NYX glosses. A lot of these are duplicates. So I've got a couple of the Creme Brulees, a couple Tiramisus, a couple Madeleines, which are my three favorite shades, and then some other shades as well. Got my Fat Oil Lip Drip, which I like. I'm gonna keep that in here, and I think I have one more NYX. There it is. This is Milky Gloss, which I also like. We'll keep that in there as well. I'm gonna keep this. This is just a lip scrub. I've had it for, I wanna say like 4 or 5 years now, but this is such a good lip scrub. I really love it, and it still smells fine and works amazing. So we're gonna keep that. Over here, I think I have a lot I can get rid of in here. Let's get rid of this Bare Minerals. This is very old, very expired. I like my Sydney Grace lip creams. We're gonna keep those. I think I'm gonna get rid of my Cloud Pouts. I really like this formula, but mine are starting to smell a little bit. These are kind of on the older side. I think they're about 2 years old now. That's not as old as some of the other stuff in this drawer, But sometimes I think Wet n Wild products, for whatever reason, maybe because they're so affordable, they tend to expire a lot quicker. So we're gonna get rid of these. And I'm also gonna pass along my Rare Beauty lip gloss. This one is in Nearly Neutral. I'm just not wild about the Rare Beauty gloss. I know a lot of people love it. It's not my favorite though, so I'm gonna pass that one along. Let's get rid of that and then move over to this bin. Okay, I think I can probably, actually I'm gonna keep my Shimmer Balm from Revolution. That might be one that could get decluttered in the future. I am gonna keep both of my CoverGirls. I like both of these. I'm gonna keep my J-Cat Dew Glow Lip Balm, which is really nice. I have this Rimmel Stay Plumped lip gloss, which is really nice. I'm gonna keep that. What else? I'm gonna get rid of this. This is Milani's Luminoso, Keep It Full. This is just very old. It's a good gloss. I've had mine for a long time. It needs to be thrown away. Also, this one from Marc Jacobs is probably the oldest gloss in this drawer. I'm embarrassed to admit this is probably like 5 or 6 years old. I like it. It just clearly needs to be tossed in the garbage. I'm definitely keeping my lifter glosses right here. I'm keeping my Tower 28. This is Coconut, and then I also have Oat right here, keeping both of those. I'm gonna keep this About Face gloss. This is Wish You Were Here. I think I'm gonna keep this one, but I am going to get rid of this one, which is Such Great Heights. This is a weird color. It's kind of like a peachy gold. It makes your lips look very metallic, which is kind of odd. I've tried to get it to work for me, and I just don't like it. The formula is nice, but I don't like the color. The Wet n Wild Mega Slicks. I like these. I thought I had another one in here. There it is right there. We're gonna keep both my Wet n Wilds. I'm gonna keep this Longmani Amazon lip oil. I really like that. I like my diamond glosses from Physicians Formula. Those are both really nice. I'm gonna keep my House Labs. I'm gonna keep this one, which is Ofra's Natural. I really like. I like my Flower Beauty lip gloss. I like my Forget the Filler. I actually have 2 more of these. The full size is up in my purse upstairs, and a mini is also up in my purse upstairs. There's probably a couple things up in my purse that aren't showing up in this declutter, but this one from About Face, Prelude, which is kind of like a sheer, shimmery, like warm gold. It's a very interesting lip topper, so I'm gonna keep it. It's kind of interesting. It's not like my favorite. I usually like something with more of a blue sparkle than a yellowy gold sparkle, but it's kind of interesting to have for certain looks, and I like the formula. It's very non-sticky. So I think that's it, you guys. That's all the glosses that I'm going to be keeping. Let me scoot these back over, make room for my setting sprays. And I may at some point move these up to my lipstick drawer and combine these two drawers, or move these down and combine my lipstick drawers together. Maybe I'll even like make my concealer drawer just one drawer. I don't know. We'll reevaluate that later, but for now, that is good progress for me. All right, that is it, you guys. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed this part 2. Stay tuned for part 3. I think I will have one video coming up before that last declutter video comes out. Give you guys a little break from the declutters, and then we will be completely finished. I'll show you guys my newly organized room. But thank you for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.